These are footballers who lost everything. They went from luxury back to nursery. Funny they didn't see it coming while cruising luxurious cars, lavishing money in clubs, buying houses, gambling, and some went back to square one after paying heavy divorce settlements. Do you remember the fame of Ronaldinho, Celestine Babayaro, and the likes of Eric Jimba? These players made fortunes during their careers as professional players but lost everything to gambling, addiction, and heavy divorce settlement, which led them back to square one. First on the list, we got John Arne Riise. The defender was declared bankrupt 2 years after winning the Champions League with Liverpool. Norwegian left-back at the time was only 26 years old and was reportedly making £50,000 per week at Anfield. However, Riise was declared bankrupt after an unpaid debt of about £100,000, which was purportedly connected to a £3 million fraud probe in Norway. After playing for Fulham for 3 seasons, he was released by the team as they were relegated to the Football League Championship. The next on the list is Paul Meeson. He is well known for having played right flank for Arsenal for 12 years, at the bulk of his playing career, during which he appeared in over 300 games. Meeson experienced extremely serious problems with drug, alcohol, and gambling addictions after retiring. His lowest point occurred in 2008 when he gambled his own house and was left homeless. He suffered greatly from his addictions before being detained after a drunk driving incident. Although Meeson battled addiction throughout his career, it took a toll on him after retirement, costing him over $11 million due to his numerous vices. Currently working for Sky Sports and teaching the after-dinner speaking course, MERS, as it is commonly called. Meeson is attempting to put his life back on track, unlike Keith Gillespie in number 8. In the 1992 Manchester United FA Youth Cup squad, Keith Gillespie played alongside players like Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, and Gary Neville. At the age of 17, he made his Old Trafford debut. However, at the age of 20, he made a high-profile transfer to Newcastle. Before ultimately hanging up his boots in 2013 at the age of 38, Gillespie played for over a decade for a variety of clubs, including Sheffield United, Newcastle, and Blackburn. Gillespie was declared bankrupt in 2010 and published a book titled How Not to Be a Football Millionaire. He lost the entire $11 million fortune he had accumulated, mostly as a result of his gambling addiction and bad investments in real estate and movies. The next on the list is alarming: Eric Jimba. There are 3 types of lists that you're likely to find Eric Jimba on: the worst Premier League players, the worst newcomers to the league, or players who have lost all of their money. Unlike others, Jimba was declared bankrupt after 2 years with Manchester United, when he should have been at his wealthiest. The Cameroonian midfielder appeared extremely out of place at Old Trafford, and since leaving England he has played for a strange variety of sides, notably Qatar SC, OB, Hapoel Tel Aviv, Partizan, St. Mirren, Chennaiyin FC, and since January of this year, Persebaya Surabaya of Indonesia. Another rich player who cried at last is David James. The richest soccer player to have lost everything is arguably David James. Having played soccer professionally for 26 years, the former England goalie has earned over $30 million in his career. James has also participated in successful endorsement agreements, most notably with Armani. Although James most likely made $40 million in total, he was formally declared bankrupt in May 2014. Following a costly divorce from his wife in 2005, James's financial circumstances had disintegrated rapidly. James, a football player with over 1,000 games played, 53 for England, held a massive auction of his belongings to generate money before starting a job at BT. Unending wonders. Do you remember the Nigerian legendary football player Celestine Babayaro? Left-sided winger and full-back Celestine Babayaro became famous in Belgium with Anderlecht before being lashed out at Chelsea back in 1997. Babayaro played for the Blues for 8 years, reportedly making $45,000 a week during that period. After that, he played for Newcastle United before joining the Los Angeles Galaxy. However, in 2008, he was released by the Galaxy after just 45 minutes of action. Babayaro's final career was tragic. In 2007, he lost his younger brother to tuberculosis. He was unable to maintain his Newcastle home, and after contracting malaria, his plan to move to Portsmouth fell through. In January 2011, he was declared broke. Unbelievable, right? Yeah, next is Emmanuel Eboué. A former football player for Arsenal who was well known for his colorful antics both on and off the field, was among the football players who nearly lost everything following their divorce. Emmanuel Ibu's life took a terrible turn when he lost two close relatives in addition to going through a difficult divorce. To make matters worse, he was barred from football for not paying his agency. In this difficult time, Emmanuel Eboué considered suicide, illustrating the profound emotional toll divorce can have on a person. By joining the ranks of athletes who have lost nearly everything after divorce, Emmanuel Ibu's story serves as a sobering reminder that even the funniest and most adored football players can experience disastrous repercussions in their personal lives. Damn! Of course, we can't forget about the controversial legendary Maradona. One of the best football players of all time is Diego Maradona. In 2000, FIFA selected the renowned Argentinian as their player of the century. In 1986, he nearly brought La Albiceleste to the World Cup by himself. But his life off the ground was not without its problems. Due to his drug addiction, he missed multiple Napoli games in 1991, and the team fined him $70,000. Maradona was accused of being associated with the gang Camorra as well, and he got into trouble everywhere he went. Maradona declared bankruptcy in 2009. This happened when the Argentinian was forced to pay about £42 million in overdue taxes from his days as a player for Napoli by the Italian tax authority. However, Maradona's situation improved after that, as he was reportedly paid $2.7 million for managing Al Wasl FC, a team located in Dubai, in 2011 and 2012. Maradona's alcoholism and addiction persisted, and in November 2020, the football icon passed away following a cardiac arrest. Let's check out what happened to number one on the list. In the 2000s, Ronaldinho was among the world's greatest players. On the football field, he was poetry in motion, and had remarkable success for his club and his country. Ronaldinho is renowned for constantly having a smile on his face and for winning the Ballon d'Or in 2005. He was among the most thrilling and entertaining players to have ever graced the field. He lacked discipline off the field, though. Despite leading a lavish lifestyle, Ronaldinho was said to have only £5 in his bank account in 2018. By then, Ronaldinho owed a debt of £1.75 million as well. Due to his unauthorized construction in a protected area, he encountered issues with the Brazilian government. Ronaldinho tried remortgaging his properties to pay up the debt, but it went fruitless. Consequently, he attempted to enter Paraguay with a forged passport but was caught by the authorities. He ended up in Paraguayan jail in 2020 after his passport was seized. This is ridiculous for a legend like him. Football is one of the most profitable sports industries in the world today. Football is a sport that pays out large sums of money to hundreds of players worldwide on a weekly and monthly basis. Some players have taken home over £1 million in just 1 week. A typical football player can readily afford simply the bare essentials of life because playing the game also brings with it a great deal of fame and riches. They often tend to wear fancy clothing and drive the flashiest cars, but need to have some financial education on how to manage money wisely. Beckham was wise about this and built his business empire. But some cannot properly manage their money, and after the end of their careers, they go from heroes to zeros. Which of these players do you think has the most devastating story? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, subscribe to this channel for more football updates. Thanks for watching.